Hi, I'm Frank McKean with Ace Construction. Today we're going to show you how to one of the best techniques we found for removing hardwood flooring. What we've pretty much seen as a pattern to get rid of flooring is first cut you some 16-inch strips roughly in this. You don't want to get too much wider than that, just because the machine I'm going to tell you about here in a few minutes can't really take much more of it up than that, because it just doesn't reach out far enough to catch the edges of those staples that hang out on the outer edge. So the first thing to prep your floor is set your circular saw. We recommend one with a worm drive, and have at least a handful of brand new blades around, because if you hit a nail right, it will warp that blade or severely dull that blade, and you won't be able to continue to use it and you burn your saws up. We also recommend one with a worm drive so that it has enough power to get it done. Other circular saws tend to burn up pretty fast. So the first thing you do is cut strips in your floor like this, and they don't have to be perfectly straight because the product that you're cutting, you're tearing out. Just try and stay in a 16-inch rough pattern. Go ahead and cut your entire floor. Then come back to an edge that you want to work off of and bust out a section of the flooring so that your machine can sit flat on the floor, because the front end vibrates and the wheels back here are self-propelled, and they don't roll too well on the slick floor that has this polish on it. It grips better down here on the plywood. Also make sure that the tar paper, if you have it, for your project is out of the way, so that the machine can actually catch and push momentum towards the front of the machine to let the front of the machine vibrate the wood as it pops it out. So as you can see, we busted out our section here, and we've cut our floor, and now I'll demonstrate the machine. There's different versions of this machine. They're all 15 amp. You can get one of these from whatever tool rental places around you. As you can see, we got this one from Sunbelt. We do a lot of work with them. They treat us pretty good in this area of Indiana and around Indianapolis area. I also take the machine because it is self-propelled. I know as a construction worker, you're in the habit of tying this into a knot here. I recommend you wear it over your neck like this, so that you can feel the tension as you start to run out of cord, or if your cord gets snagged. As you work across the floor, lots of the nails are there, and you want to feel that so you can undo your cord, because this machine is self-propelled. It will pull tight, and a nail will hook on that cord, and it will just start to rip that cord wide open. And if you are in the business and you buy professional cords, you know they're $100 cords, so you don't want that. Now I'm going to pretty much demonstrate how the machine works. The machine turns on and just starts vibrating. You have a forward button and a reverse button. It also comes with two clips, so that when you don't have it plugged in, there are pins in the wheels to lock the motor in place. That way you take those out when you're loading and unloading. That way the machine will roll freely. Now we're going to do some floor. As you can see, we're doing a 2-inch floor here, and it's going to be a lot slower and a lot harder because of how thin the plank are. You're going to have a nail, every 2 inches here scattered out. But so this is demonstrating the hardest floor that you're probably going to run into when it comes to wood floors, because most things nowadays, everybody wants the 5-inch plank or the 8-inch plank, and those would be considerably easier for this machine to tear out than this floor here. So it is a little slow. This area is what we plan on getting done today with a 3-man crew, and that's pretty much one guy on the machine and 2 guys just moving stuff out of his way, loading wheelbarrows up and taking things out to the dumpster. Alright, so we used our machine, we busted up our floor. We then just sweep it off. You don't have to get it perfect. You're not going to be able to get it perfect because you'll have random nails. Depending on what type of wood and how hard your floor is beneath it will determine how much cleanup you have left and how much you don't. But we found the next best thing to do is to use a small crowbar about this size right here. And what we often do with them is just take the tip and grind it off so that you can easily slide it in on a lot of these floor hooks. And then we just start in an area, and that way you can get it in and just rip them off and make your way across the floor. And again, we'll show roughly the area that we expect to get done in a 2 to 3 day, or in a 1 day time. So we've cleared this floor in 4 hours with 3 guys, and we'll have the rest of this cleaned up in about 2 hours and be done with it. If you're going to do this kind of demo and you don't know how to price a job like this, I recommend you bid it hourly, just to protect yourself. The name of the game for your company's always got to be that you make money too. So it's hard to judge before you start tearing a floor up whether it's going to come up easy or whether it's going to be, you know, glued down and stapled down. And I think I would just identify those things to your customer and make them aware of it so that they're happy with the end product and what they get charged, and you're happy with making money on the job. So please like our video, and we hope to start making more of these, and hopefully this video was a help to you.